Welcome to another metallic episode of CannaBase Radio Show. I'm your host, Johnny Chaos. With me always is my co-host, Brian.
Yeah.
Finally, back with us after a sabbatical is our factator, Athena.
Hello.
And we have an in-house homie with us today, the homie THRILLZ.
Yeah.
So on today's episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about Smurfs. What the fuck? And what kind of documentaries do you like when you get high? What's your go-to docu-film or docu-series that, you like to kick it and watch when you're stoned? Also, we're going to talk a little bit about what's worse, the robot apocalypse or the zombie apocalypse. Seems like we're going to have an interesting episode today. So let's kick it off with documentaries. What do you like to watch, documentary-wise, when you get stoned? And since we got a, homie here today, we'll kick it off with you, THRILLZ. What do you think?
Oh man, I didn't really think I was gonna go on first.
That's how we like to do it around here. We like to be a little bit spontaneous.
Just like Dude, Where's My Car? I like to get on the Animal Planet documentary series, freak out about nature.
I feel it.
I
feel it.
You know?
You know what I mean? I like watching shit about, like, the rainforest. Fucking where lizards and fucking geckos and shit, man. Blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, I like conspiracy theories and also blows my mind.
I can feel that.
I like getting down.
Like
down
government conspiracies or like UFO conspiracies, like what?
I love them all, but unfortunately I need like some new shit because some of these documentaries are compiling all this old ass evidence and it's just kind of already been rehearsed and gone through and everybody's been breaking down everything basically. So I need to watch some new stuff with new footage.
I feel that. I like to get a little bit on like the space type shit. I like watching things about the universe and fucking black holes and parallel universes, crazy shit, time travel.
So some of the galaxy stuff is a little bit boring, but I do like if it's a specific one of like
my
Mars
favorite documentary is Star Wars. Hands down.
Yeah, that's a true story.
Yep.
Long time ago.
Absolutely. Galaxy far, far away, man.
Yeah, I've seen the Ewoks in the Redwoods.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen Animal Planet special about the Ewoks.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Exactly.
When you mentioned Animal Planet, I really love Animal Planet. It's just so many different things from a man in the wild and
what I don't like about Animal Planet is those goddamn Sarah McLachlan commercials talking about fucking adopting animals and how these animals are hurt and sick, and for 69 cents a month.
That's it?
You can help save an animal who's in need.
Well, they're really in need, and 69 cents, I mean...
My question is, who the fuck is feeding their animals change?
Alright.
Like, why 69 cents? Why can't you be like, hey, toss in a bag of dog food? You know what I mean? Like, go to your nearest store, buy some food, and send it to us to help save these animals. Why the fuck do you want my money? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's for portraits. They like painting and sculpting.
Bro, it's like, hey, look, I already pay taxes. You know what I mean? And they spend our tax dollars on a whole bunch of stupid shit. You know what I mean?
They feed them too many of those coins and then they die. And then now you don't have a problem, and you can still use the same footage of you asking. How many times do they change it with a different dog?
Dude, I've seen the same commercials about 100 damn times.
See what I'm saying? Just keep making that money. The dogs will die, and we never need to do anything else.
That is terrible. We love animals on this show.
They don't even. They're just like, hey. Every one of you guys, bring your dog. I gotta do a photo shoot. We're gonna go out to the boons. It's gonna be all dirty and shit. Oh, no shoes. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I like getting really stoned and I like getting really, really high and just spacing out on a really good like universe like documentary. You know what I mean? Like I could sit there and watch Interstellar over and over I know it's
Oh,
not a
yes,
documentary,
I love
but
Interstellar.
you know what I mean? Like, I could get really high and just sit there and watch that movie because it makes so much sense.
I have no idea what that is.
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey.
Oh.
Yeah, he's basically the whole basis of the film is they're looking for another planet to inhabit, but they have to go light years away in order to find it. And by the time this guy goes out and like finds a planet, his daughter grows up, becomes an awesome scientist on Earth because of how time, works differently and shit. And they went through a black hole, which turned out to be like a parallel universe time portal type deal. So it connected the whole beginning of the movie to, where it ended, and it's a pretty crazy fucking movie, man. If
But
you
it's
haven't
not a
seen
documentary.
no, it's not. But I'm saying it's one of those movies that you can trip out on. You know what I mean? Because I'm sitting here talking about space documentaries
Okay.
and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I do love space documentaries for that same reason.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Because the possibilities that can go
Exactly.
on to reality.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
because anything is possible within the universe. We sit here as humans and we're like, oh, hey, this is impossible to do, or this is impossible. That none of that's true. Things are
Yeah.
very highly improbable, but nothing is impossible. We've achieved the craziest fucking
Today-
shit. You know what I mean?
Today I was listening to a lot of actual videos about, just how the galaxy works, and they're basically saying that if we are the only planet with life, we're not only a miracle, but it's like we've won the lottery like 20,000 times, or like however long. It's like we are that lucky.
I mean, if
Like,
the
there's
human,
no way.
if the human race is that lucky, how lucky am I or you to be here?
Exactly.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. We've only, as humans, we've been here on Earth for what, a few thousand years?
Nothing to the universe.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, even if we've been here over 300,000 years,
Here's the
you know what I'm
thing.
saying? Like, it's still so insignificant
No.
to
yeah,
the universe.
Exactly.
Time
We-
is insignificant.
Dude, yeah, we are a blip.
Yep.
Time, and I
that's what I
said,
loved about that movie. That one part, he goes to this planet, and he's not even there for maybe 5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
And
when
he
he's
goes
on the
back to
water
ship.
planet.
When he gets back to the ship, it's been years.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
his kids are old and
That's
adults.
cool. Yeah,
and
he
it's
went
just
to,
crazy. He had these video
this
messages
water
from
planet.
them, and it's just wild. It's just like, holy shit,
Dude,
you're on a
yeah,
planet for 5 minutes, and years have gone by on Earth. Like,
yeah.
That's a
Well,
cool
you got to
planet.
think
Yeah,
about the
so
time
time
change
is crazy
between
as
that
hell.
planet and the space station that they were even on. The space station was right out of the rotation of this planet, man, and they go down to this planet for just a few minutes. They come back. It's been like fucking 27 years.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and they left a dude on the space station, so they came back and they were the same age when they got back to the ship, but the guy on the ship was there on the ship by himself for 27 years.
Did he realize he was there for 27
Well,
years?
he ended up putting himself into hypersleep. You know what I mean? And he got tired of being in hypersleep, I guess, and he ended up coming out of it, and he just lived on the ship and was just doing his thing because he was like, oh, I didn't think you guys were ever coming back. So,
Hey, so here's what I was thinking is that when he goes back to Earth and he's like 30 years older, the people that are the same age as him, he's gonna be fucking someone's granddaughter or some shit.
no, it would be way different because by the time he got back to Earth, it would be like his grandkids, grandkids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Like-
if he's gonna hook up with anybody 30 years later, it's gonna be someone like, oh yeah, kind of the same age.
Well, see, what was weird about it is when everything kind of went
It's
back,
trippy.
when it got towards the
How much
apex of the
time
film.
was he in there for the
It's-
27 years
he
to
was
happen?
he
What
was gone.
doing?
He was gone for so long that when he got back to Earth, his daughter was like in her. I think she was like 120 years old because of how
no,
technology.
that wasn't on Earth. That was on, I think it was Mars. It was on the planet that they were trying to.
No, it was on a space station that she had built to encase humanity while they were traveling to Mars.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was a planet they were on.
No.
Oh, it was
No.
a really good movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie, but yeah,
good.
he was like waking up or whatever from his weird coma because he went through some crazy ass shit. But he was waking up and his daughter was there and she was like 120 years old or some shit because of how technology worked and everything, and he was still like the same age he was when he left Earth. like, he stayed in his late 40s through the whole thing.
I know. I was just saying, did he stay there for 5 days, a day to him in there? Did he stay for 5 years? That's what I'm saying. Like, was he just up there for
time
an
in
hour?
His mind, Brian's asking.
Yeah.
How much time passed in his mind?
Oh, regular time in his mind.
That when he went back, and
Yeah,
then now
so
it's been
through
27 years, like,
pretty
what's
much
the unit of measure?
through pretty much the whole movie, he's got a watch that he looks at that's synchronized with Earth time. You know what I mean? So no matter where he goes, he's kind of set on that same clock.
It's like those people who work business. They say New York's at this time, has a clock on the wall. California's this time, all those analog clocks, and he has all the synchronization going on.
Exactly. So it's...
Is the movie like how John Wick is kind of a day or whatever? That's what I'm kind of asking. Like, is the movie like 5 weeks later?
No,
or,
it's,
you know, like that's...
it's over a period of a couple of years.
Okay.
But for him, it's weeks, maybe months.
God, you do not understand the question. Okay, back to documentaries.
Anyway.
Documentaries.
Yeah.
One that's
Sorry,
real,
we got too far into that.
One that's real, that's really interesting is it's called Blackfish. If you guys have seen it, that's the one about the SeaWorld.
I've heard about it, and I've not gotten to watch it yet.
Go ahead and watch it and find out how weird SeaWorld is, man. They're fucked up.
I did end up getting really high once, and I watched a documentary about, what is it, that Fry Festival?
That's a good documentary.
Yeah, fucking, it was the EDM festival or whatever. They were supposed to have some place, and they shelled out a bunch of money for it, but then, like...
Five fires.
Yeah, is that what it
Fire
is?
Festival by
Yeah,
Ja
the
Rule.
fire. Yeah.
Yes, that was amazing.
Like, I guess
I love
they
that
ripped off a
documentary.
bunch of fucking people, like...
They promised greatness.
Yeah, that was some shit,
And
man.
they
I was
supplied
like, what
the
the
most...
fuck?
Do you not know?
What's the title?
It was like
the Fire Festival?
Oh, no, I have not.
So it was supposed to be like this big EDM festival or whatever, and there were supposed to be a bunch of different performers, sort of like a Coachella type deal, but on a private island somewhere.
It originally,
fuck.
it used to be where, like, I don't want to mess up and say the wrong name. One of the big-ass cocaine drug lords.
Escobar. It's supposed to be on Escobar's island.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the promoting points. They
And then-
said everybody party on Escobar's private island.
And the people who actually owned the island was all, don't fucking put that on blast. What
Yeah,
are you
right?
doing?
They're like, we don't want all these tourists here. Like,
So they had to move to a different island close to it.
mm-hmm.
And there was a big issue about the ferry or whatever, the transportation to it.
It
or
was
how you
like the
get there.
ferry, the grounds were too soft for any stages to be built on. Like, they had no accommodations as far as tents that they promised people for VIP tents. They were all destroyed during the storms that ended up happening. All the mattresses were wet. Everything was screwed up. Whole bunch of people started showing up. There wasn't even enough bathrooms for people. You know what I mean?
It was like they showed off the size of the island as if that's what they're partying at, and it's actually like a crest of one of the coasts, like one along the little coastline. It's like also in that SeaWorld documentary, the way that they show an aerial view of the amount of tanks and space that they keep these big ass giant whales in, and then they show the amount of space they have for parking. And it's huge.
Whales parking? Like where the whales park when they go to sleep?
All of the spots that they have whales in are actually, they're actually really, really small in comparison to the amount of space for real parking. But I got you. But anyways.
Sorry. Let's talk a little bit about the zombie apocalypse, or the robotic... how did I say it earlier today?
Actually, no.
Robotocalypse?
No, you said something... Oh, sorry.
Was it Roboapocalypse? I don't remember. It was something like that.
I think that we'll be able to go on that one for a minute. I have questions about why you wanted to talk about the Smurfs, though.
Oh, that's a
I'm
good
really
question.
intrigued by this one.
The reason I wanted to talk about Smurfs, man, is like, because we were all stoned here, you know?
Really? Last time, was that a topic we were talking about?
Yeah, for the last time we were here recording, for the last episode.
That's pretty stoned.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
You got really, really high, man. You were pretty ripped. And you were like, Smurfs, and I was all, you know what? That's not a bad topic. Let's do a topic on Smurfs, man. Like,
I just went through the mental Rolodex and found something random.
You found something that was there, man. And I was like, you know what?
Okay.
That's a great idea because Smurfs, man, yeah, they're these little blue things, and there's a lot of questions, man. Yeah, there's a Papa Smurf. Where the fuck is Mama Smurf? Or the fact that Gargamel and his fucking cat keep running through this mushroom field. How do we know they're not magic mushrooms? And they're just tripping fucking shit, which is why everybody in the town think they're fucking nuts.
Is he small like them?
No, he's a giant to them. They show shots of him chasing, the Smurfs through, like, the forest.
So the cat's like a dinosaur coming at them, kind of. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't watched it in a long time.
Oh, neither have I. This is just kind of what memory's picking up.
How come there's only the Smurfette, the one?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And if she's the only female,
Yeah, I think she was...
Like, is she getting railed? Is she getting railed by everyone? And like that's how they're making that's how they're making other Smurfs.
Whatever you guys think Smurfs do.
Kind of don't think.
It's more like Smurfs are gonna Smurf where they Smurf,
And so Papa Smurf, that's like he's the lion, like the alpha
lion.
Yeah, he's
the king.
And
he's the king of Smurfs.
One,
yeah,
they're all his seed. They even makes him call him that.
Yeah, right. They're Papa.
Well, the girl, what's the evil guy's name?
Gargamel.
I almost said Gargoyle. So
I love that show.
Right, Gargoyles was dope back in the day.
Yeah, so I guess he created her. He was doing some kind of experiment to capture.
She's a mole.
So on the other side, so he created, air quotes, created her. So he just did a bunch more magic mushrooms, and he thought her up in his head. He didn't really create shit. He's just like shroomed out in the corner of his bedroom, like Smurfs.
But his castle's real.
And he created.
And all his
how do you know? How do you know that's all real? That could be a shroom trip in itself. Like
I think it's real.
This is very weird.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like they took it, like, you know how Disney movies are actually really G-rated, obviously, versions of the original stories. What if in the original this was really like a super like telescope zooming in on these dudes, and he's like, I wonder what happens if I throw a girl in there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a zoom the next time I go to town.
Let chaos ensue.
And then the owners are all, what? We're trying to get this on PBS or something? We can't have that. We'll just take that out. Like, throw out the story.
Oh, jeez.
It doesn't make sense.
Have you guys seen Donnie
Shirtless,
Darko?
all of them.
Oh.
Yes.
So they have
Long
a
time
Smurf
ago.
conversation, and he's like talking about how Smurfette is created by Papa Smurf to gangbang him, and then Papa Smurf gets off by watches the tape later. I'm like, and then Donnie Darko goes into this tangent where he's like, no, they don't even have reproductive things under those pants, and he's like, what's the point of living if you don't have a dick?
Oh, yeah. I do love that movie.
I don't know, man. Lesbian scissor, so I mean, Smurf's probably Smurf, you know?
You know what? They would just hump each other if they didn't. They just like both nothings against each other just naturally.
And what's up with the fact that all of them are shirtless?
They're all topless.
Yeah, it's like they're not going to be...
All of them are shirtless.
I'm not talking to them as if they're real.
They're all... I am. They're all wearing yoga pants. And why a hat?
Because
it's a little kinky.
Just fashion, bro.
That's a nice hot fashion right there.
Yeah, right?
No,
hey, on the bright side, they're all matching.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
True.
Like, they're up on their cruise shit. Like, straight up Crips for life. Like, Smurfs are on it, bro. I wouldn't want to walk up in their hood.
But they wear white.
Solidarity, bro. Solidarity.
And they're, and Papa Smurf decked out in red.
Oh, shit, the tables have turned.
Because he had to wear something that represents the elderness. Right?
Honestly, I relate them more to stormtroopers.
Here's my question.
There's just a whole bunch of soldiers that all look the same, and then you got the leader who always looks dope.
My question here is that if Papa Smurf is the father of all these other Smurfs, Smurfette is the daughter, but she's also definitely got to be the mother, right? Right? Definitely has to be the mother. But all these other new Smurfs keep popping up too. Does that mean she's still just getting banged by Papa Smurf, or is she getting banged by all the other Smurfs too?
No.
What do the children look like?
Check this out. Papa Smurf is out.
They all look Smurfed up, bro.
That makes sense.
Papa Smurf has nothing in the tank, thus resulting in the army that he made. You know? And then when Smurfette comes in, I don't know her creation or origin. Hey, Athena, do you know?
Gargamel created her.
That's the answer?
Yes, it is.
All that I do know is...
Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no, you're
Fact-checking.
fine. I didn't hear the question. Sorry.
they're fucking her. That's all that I do know. And I'll bet you
Why?
Papa Smurf gets a little action.
Oh my god.
A little
Why?
Robin tug.
Guys,
all I
that's
know.
what it all think about.
That's all that I know.
That's terrible.
That's a definite one.
I mean,
Then
you gotta
you
look at
know.
it. Yeah, you gotta look at it this way too.
Doesn't
as
matter her
Smurfs
creation.
being a children's cartoon, it is such a fucked up cartoon to let kids watch, dude. Because it literally is about an old perverted guy in a castle spying on these little blue people in a magic fucking mushroom field. You know what I mean?
While they say their prayers
you know what I
and
mean?
praise
Like,
the sun. And
we didn't, as kids, we didn't
Let's watch them
grasp, we didn't grasp those messages as kids, you know.
No.
Yeah,
But as
of course.
adults, when we go back and we watch it, we see all this really fucked up shit. We're just like,
Hey, you know
damn,
the
bro, this
thing-
is what we were exposed to when we were that young. No
'Cause
wonder we're so fucked up now.
Because our minds are not innocent now.
Yeah.
Before our minds were innocent. Well, most. I was kidding. But, you know, when you're younger, you're just, your mind is innocent. You're not thinking, oh, they had sex for this girl to be here, for all these Smurfs to be here.
So it's we were thinking
Check this out.
logically as children, whereas now we're thinking logically as
Exactly.
adults.
How
Yeah.
many times when you were growing up do you remember renting a certain book of tests on how to catch a predator? Where's Waldo? Point him out! Point him out in this crowd. What does he look
Yeah,
like?
man, it's,
Wow.
man, I
I've
feel
never
like that
thought
should be in a
about that.
I never
conspiracy
did either.
documentary, bro. Straight conspiracy documentary shit.
Patent
He's
pin.
the
right?
guy wearing the glasses, weird outfit.
Right, kind of looks like a pedo.
Is it that one? That's a girl.
Like-
That's a trick.
And
No.
you got to think about it.
Let's keep going.
Why is Waldo's outfit red and white striped? What did he do so bad that landed him in jail wearing a red and white striped suit?
Hey, do you remember? Right, he just found jeans.
I
Yeah,
think,
right.
Red and white
He's-
attracts children, so maybe that's why.
Okay, here's
Like
another
Chris
one.
Ryan's Ronald McDonald. Only
Ooh.
was yellow.
My question is, why do
The
we
Pope?
have
Well,
why do we
white
have to
face
seek him
paint.
out? You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
Why do we have to seek out Waldo? Like, that's not cool.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta
Because we're
point
not
him out.
children anymore.
Yeah, but if we are children and he's a predator, I don't want to find him.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, that's
To call
you
him
know,
out. Fuck yeah.
as a child.
That dude right there, pedo. Look at
Yeah,
him. Look
yeah.
at his fucking
Because I'm
getup.
gonna be a little kid and walk up to some weird ass fucking
No.
pedo named Waldo and be like, "Hey, bitch, what's up? Fuck you!" And he goes, "Okay."
Come on.
I'm a child. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
I'm saying so you can point him out in a crowd for cops. But hey, here's another one that they're training you early. Okay, is the one where they have the two pictures in the cartoons. It's like two different drawings of the same exact room, and you got to find the 8 differences between the drawings.
Oh, like in the
Oh, yeah.
what were those magazines we used to get as kids?
Well, not the highlight.
Highlights.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
it. Yes.
It was in the newspapers, everything. Too.
Yeah.
So check this out. That is so that whenever you're trying to trick your parents, you take a picture of like the kitchen, the car, how the garage looks, you know, murder scene, anything that you need when you're an adult. So they're training you early to match the pictures.
Hey. I
Never
mean,
knew that.
Yeah,
Huh.
I didn't think
Just
of
figured
it
that one out
way.
right now.
Yeah, I didn't think of that at all.
100% true.
Huh.
Don't fact check that one. We're good.
It says it's not true.
Called out like a bitch.
Just kidding. I
Man.
didn't fact check that.
Right?
Wait, did I say facts?
You
Didn't
didn't
you
fax it.
didn't you want to talk something about
Oh,
the
Yeah. So listening to a couple of these episodes, I'm like, I noticed that I'm kind of fucking negative on shit. So I did want to say on the Thanksgiving when I'm bashing all this food and stuff, I did have a great Thanksgiving. It's a great event and everything. But I was gonna say an idea is I want to, and I think I've done it before, but I don't know if it was for Christmas. But I think on Thanksgiving I want to start a new tradition where I make a fat-ass grilled steak with shrimp scampi, you know, a lot of mashed potatoes and gravy and stuff. And new Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Shit that I love.
Pretty dope.
Are we fancy? You're bringing lobster tails?
I also want to add a little bit to that. Is
completely different.
You promised me a doggy bag, and
I have a whole entire platter
of
Thanksgiving food.
You're just now telling me this.
The refrigerator
You're
right
just
now.
now telling me this.
Did I see you on Saturday or Sunday?
I think it was Sunday.
Caesar might. Did you leave early on Sunday?
I don't remember.
I feel like Caesar might have came down after, but yeah, Worm. He's gonna not Dr. Dank, my friend Worm. Yeah, he brought me a fat ass freaking platter. Yeah.
Oh, dope.
We'll get down.
Yeah.
Boom.
Munchies.
Problem solved. Yeah.
Done.
Answered. Callback to the freaking
You're forgiven.
doggy bag. All right. So.
All right.
On to this one. I'm really getting excited.
Yeah, I want to talk about the robo-apocalypse or the zombie apocalypse. You know.
So freaking excited.
My whole take on this, and I'm gonna kick
Which
it off.
one's worse?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think equally. They're both pretty fucking bad. But I want to touch base a little bit here on, you know, the robot apocalypse, on Independence Day, the rise up of artificial intelligence and things like that. I've been kind of mulling this over and thinking about this today, you know, throughout my day, and I've come up with a theory that if AI were really as smart as the movies make them seem, shit like that, then we're at a point where, as humans, having credit cards, having bank accounts, having online profiles, you know, anything out there electronic at all, cell phones, what the fuck ever, as humans, AI already has all of our information. If they already have that information, the first thing they're going to do is round up all the humans and lock us up. And there's nothing we can do about it. They're going to strike, and we're not even going to know because they're going to use us.
Wait. What do you mean by lock us up? Like, there's
I'm
robot
saying
police?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as AI, they're going to use humans against humans first. They're going to use us to wipe half of us the fuck out in the first place.
In wars, they always put the people they didn't care about first.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
You know what I mean?
front lines.
Yeah.
Almost.
So they're going to make...
Then we'll take over.
Yeah, humans are going to rise up against
Duh.
each other and fight each other because of robots getting into our mainframes and into our computers and, you know,
Causing
acting.
Civil War?
Yes,
Is that what you're saying?
they're going to cause wars between humans, so we take most of ourselves out. The rest of us will be round up by military or by police forces that are being controlled by the AI because they think they're getting their orders from, you know, Mr. President when it's not really the president. So they're using us against us to the point where they can lock us away, and by that point they're going to start using humans as energy. They're going to harness our energy for them to run, and by that point...
I think I've seen this movie.
Yes, by that point, just how it is, man, by that point it's going to end up being the Matrix. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
I'm not saying to the extent that our brains are going to be inside computers and we're going to fight robots from the inside, but it's going to get to a point to where the human race is going to be extinct to the point to where we are grown only solely to be used as energy for robots. That's it.
Why do you necessarily believe that they would even keep us alive? You don't think they can find energy?
No, it's not
through other
that.
sources?
It's not that they're going to keep us alive.
Well, that's
It's
what
that
you're saying.
humans, just like they do
Yeah,
show
you
in the
just
Matrix.
went for the Matrix.
No, believably,
Okay, so
as AI, if they had robots and shit, robots would run off of solar, right? So, instinctually as humans, we're going to black out the sky so they don't get the sunlight to recharge themselves. Some robots are going to get wise, they're going to get smart. They're going to be able to figure out how to use us for energy.
If you
And all
take
we're
the
going to be is
Matrix
batteries.
out-
Yeah,
you're just talking
that's what I'm
about the
saying.
Matrix.
No, but
Okay,
that's
so-
what I'm saying is versus, you know, fucking Independence Day,
Yes.
fucking Judgment Day.
Yes, I think that's
Like-
more likely.
I do too. I feel like Judgment, Skynet coming over, taking AI finally being smart enough to tap into the rest of the computers is much more likely to happen then AI evolving by itself. And
But that's what I'm saying at that point is like if I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh shit, the robots are going to rise up, we have to do something about it. We're sitting here talking about it, just like how the CIA could tap into our little webcams and spy
That's
on
where
us
I
and
was
shit.
trying to go.
Yeah, AI would be able to tap into our computers, pin our locations, tell the cops where we are, and have us locked away for some random ass reason that
I
the
get
AI
that one,
plans
yeah,
for. That's
I
what
get
I'm
that
saying.
one.
Okay,
You know?
so conspiracy time. I heard something a long time ago, and then more recently I found out that it's kind of getting closer. Where they, like what you were saying though, is where they want to break us into 3 different groups of either you're with us, you like what the United States is doing or whatever, we don't know about, and then the last one is you're fucking against the government kind of a thing. So, like, they just break down people in different classes like that, and that's how they divide. They plan to divide.
Are you talking about humans or robots?
So, in reality, your phone knows your political stance. Easy. That's weird.
We're getting data mined all the time.
Yeah.
You remember when you would see the option to turn off your GPS on your phone back on flip phones and stuff? You're just like, I don't want them tracking me.
Yeah, you're like, fuck this.
What do you think you
Checked
could really
in.
turn it off?
You checked in right here at this point, checked in right here.
Yeah,
You're
now
in
they,
here?
They know where you are.
Yeah.
Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
They
Government,
know.
everyone knows where you are at all times.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
They can
That's why
take-
at this point, it's like, okay, run from it, or fuck it, embrace that shit and be like, alright, so you can find me. So what? Yeah, I run a fucking podcast. What's up? I don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Wait, are you plugging your own podcast on the podcast? No.
That's a good way.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to plug my shit.
I'm sure it's changed by now, but I've heard that the FBI was using Facebook's facial recognition thing. And then Apple has the thing where you can unlock it with your face now. So
Which is what
they're
I use.
seeing you, like, age.
Oh,
They're
no,
keeping
hey,
up with you.
yeah.
They can
no,
guess
but
what
check
you're
this
gonna...
out. Here's what the iPhone 11 does.
These are all real
When you
things.
set up your Face ID on the iPhone 11, it makes you hold the phone straight in front of your face, right? And then
Yeah,
it has a circle around your face.
I've never done
And then
it.
it says move your face and light up every part of the circle green.
You've done it before? Or?
Oh yeah, because
For a
I have it set.
360?
Yeah, I have it set up on mine. So I held it in front of my face and I went
Yep.
So it gets every feature.
Yep.
everything. And so now
That's silly.
the iPhone has my face. It has my facial recognition in one of their servers because everything through Apple goes through Apple iCloud, which is all uploaded to one mainframe server.
iCloud. Right?
Exactly. You know what I mean?
And
So
are you saying
now,
this is a good thing.
no, I'm saying this is a fucking terrible thing. It's a bad thing, but we're in today's society, and I don't think anybody's
you.
coming down on me for no bullshit.
Thank you.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So I think it's bad because, yeah, it's good because, people can't unlock your phone except for when you're asleep and they can take your phone and hold it in front of your face and unlock that shit. Stupid. All around 110% stupid. Okay? The second they get your facial recognition through that program, that now, because you have to accept terms and conditions of everything, right?
Yet we have cameras all over the place. in
Most
the
of us
streets.
don't read. Yeah, most of us don't read the terms and conditions. We just accept that shit.
Wait, do
You know?
any of us read the terms and conditions?
I think probably 2% of people read terms and conditions. You know what I mean? But at that point,
Patrick does.
yeah, I know he does. But
He
it's
is
at that
that
point.
thorough.
It's at that point where
We'll have
I know that I
Patrick on.
don't. So I'm sure somewhere in the terms and conditions, I just gave, whatever government permission to go into that database and use my information against me to be able to come after me if they need to.
And
You know what I'm
do
saying?
we're going down a rabbit hole of technology and
So,
apocalypse.
okay, so it's like the whole Epstein didn't kill himself shit. You know what I mean? It's all that bullshit. The government knew who he was. He was a big enough person for everybody to know who he was. So, because the government didn't like some shit, they had him taken out. You know what I mean? Case in point. My shit being up on, iCloud or wherever the fuck my facial recognition is, now the government can use that against me if I threaten them in any sort of way because,
Yep.
as Americans, we have rights that we're not allowed to actually fucking use.
Look
So,
at, hey,
So Big Brother.
I
Exactly.
want to, I
You know what
want
I
to
mean?
build a house and I want to have it mic'd up, and I want to have people move in, and I want to do it, but it's sneaky. So instead, how about we make Alexa and Echoes and have people put us in every single room of our house, so now I can spy on you that way.
Dude,
How easier.
There was a video.
Now I don't need to build a whole
There was a
house.
video I saw. It was the first
Yeah.
time this popped up. There
I
were
wanna
people
spy on
asking.
people.
There were people asking their
man, that's
Alexas
fucked up.
if Alexa was connected to CIA servers and things like that, and Alexa would straight up reply, "It's confidential," or "I can't tell you." You
think
know.
Or not
that's humor?
saying.
Yeah.
Do you
you
think
know.
that's humor or it has truth to it?
From what I hear, it has some truth to it. They're saying that, federal agencies and shit can find you. They can find your location via Alexa, stuff like that.
Is that true?
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, but those are the things I've seen about it. That's what I've read. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's too far-fetched. You know what I mean? I don't think it's too far out there because, I mean, look at it this way. Our phones, regardless of what we think, are being tracked.
Oh, it's not regardless
Here's
of what you
what
think.
I'm-
I know. I believe what you're
Yeah.
saying 100%.
Here's what I'm gonna guess.
Social media potentially was created as just that. Social media. For people to connect. Until the government got their filthy fucking fingers into shit. And now it's all about the government, man. The more social platforms we have, the more we put ourselves out there, the more information the government has on us. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, well, check this. There was a social platform for your statuses, what you're thinking. That's like Twitter. And then there's a social platform for what you're doing, what's going on, pictures. That's Instagram.
Mhm.
So not do they know what you're thinking about, they know what you're doing. They know where.
They know where you're at. They can see
know
what you're
every
doing.
aspect of your life.
They can see the people that you're hanging out with, the people that you're connected to. There's ways for them to do
You
shit.
know what? You don't always have the Alexa on you. How about you just take story videos of you throughout your entire day?
Yeah, right?
I don't even need GPS on my shit. I can see you fucking.
I will tell you this,
what your
though.
video is.
If the government
It's
ever
fucking
goes
funny.
after
We're putting it
Athena,
out there.
if they ever go after Athena and they use her Snapchats to find her,
You're gonna
they're
be
not
connected.
gonna be able to find her because every time she snaps a video, she's driving in her car. So all they're gonna see is like the
No.
stereo and the steering
Not true.
wheel.
I
I
think
know
that
that's
might
not
be a
true.
But I think, as much as you're joking, she's in her car all the time. But what she is doing is being tracked on GPS, and they will know her routes, where she goes. And where
I'm
she
just
comes
saying,
back
I
from.
feel like if you're walking around outside and you think the government's going to track you on your phone, if you just hold your phone parallel to the ground, shooting directly up at the sky and directly down at the ground, they can't find you. You know what I mean? They can't watch those videos and find you. They're like, oh, I've seen that sidewalk before. I know where he's at.
By the way, fucking PSA to any girls who think that it's cool to show your progress of how far you ran and then show like a map of your route. That is a bad idea. Bad people are out
Wait,
there.
do
There's
people really
people
do that?
Yeah, they do,
Yes.
man. Rapists, killers.
Are you, dude,
shit
no,
like the
people
fuck,
really
yeah.
track
Dude.
their routes.
Oh, yeah.
because
And it
it's
shows the trail.
Dude,
like,
hackers-
are you
Are you
going down
serious?
Bush?
Yeah, if hackers get that information,
bicyclists.
they can
I've
find
never heard
out.
about this.
They can find out where you're running at whatever time of day you usually run at. They can track you. They can track your progress, and then they can infiltrate you while you're out there by yourself running around. You know what I mean? They could stop
Yeah,
you,
I
kidnap
definitely-
you, steal your shit, rape you, kill you. You know what I mean?
I just didn't know people
The
track
thing-
things like
No,
that.
the thing is,
That's really crazy.
it's for you.
Yeah, but
It's
I
for
get
you to
how
see
you
your-
can get what would you call caught by predators? She
Yeah.
tracks your progress.
You're
But
not
I
s-
didn't know people log things like that.
You do, but like you're not supposed to be posting that. You shouldn't post that shit. It's supposed to be like, oh, look at when back in March I could only do this, and now I've doubled it nowadays, and you can look back for your own record. It's for you to see.
I understand that.
That's why, you
But
know.
people
But don't.
post it though, right?
Yeah,
You're
people are
saying?
posting it, and I'm like, that is. What if somebody gets hacked? What if someone friends you and you don't know them and they're faking it with a picture of
Dude,
someone
yeah, and then you
know?
got those movies that are coming
Shit is
out.
real.
Those movies that are coming out where like people get friended online, and then somebody ends up like sneaking into their house and killing them. You know what I mean? Because
I haven't. What you see
Oh,
something
man.
like that recently?
oh,
or-
dude, there's tons of films out there like that. There's one that some of them are paranormal based, like Unfriended and shit like that. That's kind of paranormal based. But there's one right now that it's either out or it's coming out, but it's kind of about this girl who goes missing, and this dad's trying to find his daughter, and the only leads he has is through her like friends that she talks to on web chat or whatever the
And
fuck.
he's catching clues from her friends.
Yeah, he's
like,
trying
you
to
knew
figure
her
it
at
out,
this
and then he ends up killing a bunch of people, like trying to figure out where his daughter is and shit, and it's just wild as fuck. But that's a real thing. It's like you never know who you can meet on social media, on any
Big time.
different social media platform. You know what I mean? You don't know if they're a predator or not. You know, always be careful when you're online, no matter who you're fucking talking to. You know what I mean? It's one thing if it's a friend that you know personally, that you hang out with, you know, whether it be every few weeks, even every couple months. But if you know that person is real and they're your homie for whatever reason, yeah, cool, be friends with them. You know what I mean? But watch out being friends with random ass people.
But still.
And also, it could look like your friend and it not be your friend.
Yes.
Yeah,
It could be
exactly.
somebody just
like
stealing all
catfishing.
their
Yeah,
information.
catfishing is a real thing.
Yeah.
Like we all have to have known somebody who's been catfished at some point in their life. Like
I've
You
seen
know
a
what
lot
I-
of people on that show.
Honestly, I enjoyed that they coined it. Now we could point at it and say that's catfishing.
Mhm.
Before, I don't know what I would call it. I'd say maybe it's a person with a fake profile using that person's picture, but you say that's catfish.
yeah, it just
You can say it in
like
one,
you're
2 short
impersonating.
words. Yeah.
You just got tricked by someone online. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
we
okay,
coined
yeah.
the term finally, like that he's a catfisher. Before I'd be like, oh, that's a fake profile, and he's using her and so's picture.
yeah. I mean, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like I don't think I've ever fully been catfished. I've met people online before that have been like,
Sounds like
Oh.
you've been catfished.
no, like they're like, oh, this is me, da da da. All right, cool. You know, this is what you look cool in your pictures, whatever. I go to meet the person. It's the same person, just doesn't look exactly like their picture. They're a little bit older,
Would
a little
you
bit bigger, a
consider
little bit
that
smaller.
catfishing? This is a good question. Let me ask you this. If you see someone and they look different in the profile picture, but they're obviously put on a front, maybe not only just the way they look, but their lifestyle and all this stuff, is that catfishing?
I see it as if you meet somebody online and they look a certain way in their picture, and then they're upfront with you and they tell you as you're talking to them, hey, I know you see what I look like in my pictures, but not in my pictures. You know, I'm a lot thinner.
I'd say lying
you know,
in general.
or I'm a lot
Yeah,
bigger.
that's what I
You
was
know,
Lying
yeah,
in general
anything
thing.
like the second you decide not to tell somebody who you
You
are or
really
what
are.
you look like versus
What
what
you
your
do,
profile picture,
or-
yeah. The second you decide to initiate that lie, you're catfishing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
Like you got your
Makes
own,
sense.
you got your own bachelor pad, and then it's like, oh, well, I'm just staying at my parents for now.
Yeah.
And
yeah, no,
You're saying it to
I've
kinda lure
gotten,
them
I've talked to
in.
people,
Yeah.
I've talked to people who have been like, oh
Even
hey,
that.
just so you know, my profile picture's from a few years ago.
Yeah, I've seen that happen
Yeah,
a lot.
that's
People
honest.
don't change their profile
Yeah.
picture over years.
You know,
and,
okay,
just
cool,
stick it
but
up.
don't sit here and tell me that you're a fucking white girl, and then I show up to your house and you're like a dark African fucking queen.
I can
You know
see
what I'm
you
saying?
dealt with hookers or
That's
something
not
before.
only not just a queen, but they're like a transgender queen. Like it's
That's a
bad.
good twist.
Yeah, it's bad. You know what I mean? Like you don't want that to happen if you get catfish. Like I'm cool with like a little bit of, hey, I'm not as thin as my picture shows. You know what I mean? All right, cool. I show up, you're 800 pounds. I'll still be friends with you.
What about
Okay.
fake
Here we
dick
go.
pics? Your dick's not as big. No.
All right, I got a good one though. Is what about a girl who was experienced in taking pictures of herself, and she's very photogenic in them, and then y'all meet, and you realize, looking back, she had 7 pictures from above. You know, like she's taking these
Just
like
looking fit as
strategic.
fuck.
Yeah, you know.
I've had this happen to me before, and you know, I do go on the date, and I do end up getting drunk and having sex with her. So.
And the rest of the night was great.
I'm just the type of person, man. I'm not judgy. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own story. Big, small, tall, short, the fuck ever. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's all love. You know what I mean? As a person loving another person, it doesn't matter what that person looks like to everybody else, man. You know what I mean? Like, Fucking, you could show up and your girl could be like the ugliest sack of fucking potatoes in the world to everybody else, but to you, she's a hard 10. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. It doesn't matter what people look like. People need to quit fucking judging other people.
No, that's
Don't.
true.
Like,
I mean,
Beauty
they don't
is
have-
in the eye of the beholders.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you can't really have expectations.
Love is beautiful in no matter what sense.
Yeah, that's very true. But when you're meeting somebody online or meeting people online, I guess it's just safe to not have those expectations.
So what you're saying is you would rather...
I'd rather, yeah.
When you meet
prefer
somebody
meeting people in
online, you
person.
have lower expectations when you meet somebody online than what their
No,
profile
I have higher
picture looks like.
expectations.
Oh,
It's
so when you
really
see him
weird, yeah,
online,
'cause
you're like, fuck
I
this
was
guy.
doing that whole Facebook dating thing for a little while, and I kid you not, like, I just had way higher expectations. I'm just like, nope. You know, it's just from looking at the picture, like...
You know, I've
I don't
heard
know
this
how to,
before.
Yeah.
No, I've heard of girls always are more judgmental when they go through Tinder. They're like, no.
Yeah,
While guys were like, yes.
Yeah, and it's way different in person because you're actually... I mean, there's the vibe, there's the personality, there's that all there for you to have that judgment, I guess. But, yeah, I don't recommend meeting people online.
Well, the way I see it, man, is on Judgment Day, when AI takes over, how hard is it going to be to online date when AI takes over?
I can't do it.
This the
I
question.
wish.
Then it's like, are you dating? It's like Blade Runner when you're going through profiles. Are you gonna date a human being, or is it an AI waiting to assassinate you, and you swipe right, and then you go on a date, and the AI kills you? 'Cause it's
Oh,
Judgment Day.
man.
Okay,
That
so
would suck.
so what's crazy though is that's like a physical bot because in all these
Cyborg, perhaps I think they call it.
But
Essentially.
what if
Sex bot.
what if in
Sex
reality? Okay, combine all of this shit. So if nowadays you do have these accounts, you'll get hit up with random bot accounts, just like Instagram hits you with hot bitches. Like, really? I don't believe you for a freaking
Oh, wait,
second.
you think AI is going to
So
try to,
there's
like, take
bots.
over the world, but every once in a while it's going to be like,
On Tinder.
install Candy Crush.
Yeah.
Click
No.
here now.
No, what I'm saying is that they can message you now as like pretending to be a hot girl, and then you can get in a conversation with them and
Yeah.
everything. So
Give them all your information and shit.
in the
and-
future now, like what THRILLZ is saying is that as the technology progresses and you already have the fuck bots, you have AI that's hella smart, you put them together, now you have a robot hooker, you can make money with that, hey.
At
And
that
then
point, you got some smart fucking robots.
it's as possible as them farming us, like you said, in the Matrix, which is already
Like I
a
said,
movie.
anything's
But-
possible, though, and that's the thing. They
So,
just came up with
but they
that
can-
thought, and
they
it
can
made
lure
so much
someone-
sense.
They can lure someone to kill them, and like you can, like the robots can kill humans like that. Like they can just lure them into a room with a sex bot and end up killing them, and you don't know that it's not actually.
That would be
Oh,
the...
human.
like
That's not a real
Austin
human.
Powers and the fembots.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. But in a more subtle, realistic sense.
But
So
online,
without the gun barrel jumblies.
Yeah, exactly. Without shooting tatas.
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just technology progresses. I mean, we already have bots now that try to trick you.
Dude, that's true. There's games in Japan that they're fucking games. Basically, it's dude. I shit you not.
Wait,
I
is it
shit you not.
Japan or Germany?
In Japan,
Oh, that makes sense.
right? They're
How
fucking
much are the
games.
tickets?
3,000.
Fact check,
I
please.
think to and from something like that. But no, there's like
I'm
there's
just
these
kidding.
games you can get in Japan, and it's like they're like you put on the VR headset, and there's a machine, and you fuck it. That's the object of the game, and in the VR, it's you fucking a virtual female, and the object of the game is to like make the female come, make her fucking squirt,
Oh my
make her
God.
do whatever.
Does it
Oh
make
my
you
gosh,
worse?
what the...
Dude, and it's weird, and like the contraption that they made for it is like a fleshlight attached to like fucking
Are you
wires
kidding
and
me?
dude,
Are you
it's
kidding me?
The Japanese
look
are
that
very
shit up
progressive.
like
no,
straight up.
You don't have to.
No.
Don't be
Well, they're
subjected.
pervertively aggressive.
dude, it is so fucked up, but I saw it online, I was reading about it and shit, and I'm like, people in Japan really like want to just pay for these games and like go home and be
Okay.
like, hey guys, you guys
Hey,
gonna
check
get
this
on
out.
Sexbox today?
Hey,
Like,
Xbox.
yeah, you guys gonna
I'm
get on
never going
Sexbox
on
Live?
Welcome.
let's see who fucks the best today, guys. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I don't want to play a sex game with all my homies and be like, oh, you hitting that blonde today?
yeah,
I knew you were hitting the brunette yesterday.
I'm like, that's a level I beat 2 years ago.
So check it out. This whole topic is gross.
I'm
as
on level
fuck.
28. Yeah, you're fucking 48-year-olds.
That's a transgender.
What? A 48-year-old transgender? What?
So check this out. The thing with, you know, all like the weird tentacle porn that they make and shit.
I was so into that, but not.
First episode. So check this out. They said something about that. They're like, oh yeah, we don't make that for us. For some reason, Americans like it, so we just make it.
Really? I
So,
had no idea.
This whole fuck
And I don't
thing.
believe it.
So this whole fuck thing, that could very well just be like, these Americans will buy this shit.
Probably, but as an American myself, no pun intended, fuck that shit.
Whoa.
They just combined it. They combined it like a.
Bro, I don't
For
want
a woman,
to.
a dildo with a
Alright,
VR video.
For one, I don't want to make it like interactive. I don't want to be on a VR. I don't want to wear a VR headset while I'm just fucking some lifeless machine. On top of the fact that I wouldn't even shell out the money for like, not even a sex robot, but not even a fucking sex doll, dude. Like, I wouldn't shell out the money for that. Why do I want to fuck something like it's lifeless?
People would easily use a sex toy and individually or at the same time watch a video though, so I don't see how it's a bad connection at all.
I mean,
I
I just
understand their thinking. It's not
I
very
just-
far-fetched, but it's just
I'm just not about it though. I mean, yeah, sex toys.
Oh yeah,
cool.
No, I'm not
Sex
about it
toys
either.
all day, but I don't want to fuck a doll.
No, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'd rather fuck a human.
Yeah, no.
Like, that's where I stand with it, man. Like, even then, it's like, yeah, we're men. We got pocket pussies, but I don't want to use one of those.
Dude, they're making easy sex bots like we were talking about before. It's like it's cheaper. It's just freaking like according to what you're explaining. Yeah, it sounds very fucking easy to make. It's understandable from a business standpoint.
Very true.
Yeah, we took it a weird place. I was
It
originally
did.
just going to talk about spying and how the laptop computers really like turned out to be a thing.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
everyone
I
was
mean, with
paranoid.
Snowden and all that, yeah, that was a real thing.
Yeah, I was going to go there and then to the
He was
point
even
where
on, he was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
I saw that
He was, well, he wasn't
whatever.
really on it, but, you know, from Russia.
Mm-hmm.
He
That was cool.
Yeah, they talked and everything.
Who's this you guys talking about?
Joe Rogan and Ed Snowden, the guy who,
Snowden got in with Joe?
yeah,
Not
so
in there physically.
yeah,
Yeah, I know,
Yeah, he
obviously
wasn't
he's in
physically in
Russia,
there,
right?
but
Yeah.
they were able to talk to each other over
Yeah,
two-way,
link up, communicate.
yeah, over two-way FaceTime, something like that. I didn't really watch the episode. I just I saw a little snippet thing for it. I meant to go back and watch it. I just haven't had the chance. But yeah, fucking Snowden, man, like, he's the one that figured out that the CIA was fucking watching people, and like he's the one that told
Alright,
everybody.
well, let me ask you this, brother. Everybody has this controversy on their head where, like, is he a hero? Is he a martyr? Or is he a traitor? Hero and martyr are close together, but mostly is he a martyr or a
Nah,
hero?
he's a fucking hero. You know what I mean? Because, and I said this before, I don't touch on very political things or, you know, anything like that, because I'm just not that type of person. But,
It's a conspiracy.
yeah, but conspiracy-wise, man,
That he blew out the
I-
fucking lid. Yeah.
I think that the government was exceeding its power onto the people, you know what I mean? Which they shouldn't have. It was wrong for the government to do that.
always have been.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. They still are, you know, whatever.
It's, only
Nothing
worse.
has changed as a result of
Yeah,
this
right?
being put out there.
Yeah, right? So it's just...
Nothing.
it's at
People
that
don't
point-
even know about this
Yeah,
shit.
it's at that point where, you know, he just felt like what they were doing was wrong, and I don't disagree with him. You know, I don't think the government should be allowed that kind of power. They should not be allowed to spy on us and, like, all that other shit. Yeah, I understand them getting information from us, what we input on our computers and stuff like that. But as far as tapping into our cameras, spying on us and shit like that, listening to what we're fucking saying, recording all of our conversations and shit, that's
They don't,
fucked up.
They don't
As-
care about us. They don't
as
record
Americans,
shit. It's that they can't.
As Americans, we have our own freedoms and we have our own rights, and there are rights stating that if the government is doing wrong things, that we as the people are allowed to stand up against them. You know what I mean? Those are our American rights given to us by our forefathers. You know what I mean?
But do you know what he actually did? Because I had a question about that.
I do know exactly.
Oh, bro,
Okay, I have a question.
he let everything leak, and then after all that shit went down, he became a wanted man by the government, and he fled to Russia, and now he's an expatriate, and he forever lives in Russia, and he's not allowed back in the U.S.
People literally weren't aware that you were allowed, since the Government Act, what is that, the Freedom Act, as they call it?
Something like
you're
that.
Allowed, it is the Freedom Act. Ever since 9/11, they initiated the Freedom Act, and that's when they're allowed to wiretap anything or do whatever they want. And he pretty much portrayed the extents and how much they could do of that wiretapping and spying and surveillance on
They
him.
broke their own rules.
Well, actually, since Freedom Act, they made it, I mean, it's not breaking the law because the law is, human constructed, right? But,
The whole thing was their protocols and their systems that they had that were in place were only supposed to be used against U.S. threats.
yeah, that's correct.
Not
That's
small, not small little itty bitty threats.
But they talk about how the threats could be domestic and they have to spy on.
But that's
our
the
own
thing.
nation.
Now it's at the point where you're in your home having sex with your fucking
Yeah,
wife,
but are you a terrorist? We
and
don't know.
they're recording your shit just because you're having sex with your
Well,
wife.
they don't know if you're a terrorist.
Who's
or
to
not.
say you had a bad day at work in your little cubicle working your little 9-to-5 piece of shit ass job? You went home, you fucked your wife, got drunk, and decided to call her a fat fucking pig and slap around a little bit. Now what? The CIA is going to send cops to your fucking house because you did something on your own property? And I'm not saying that it's right to hit women because it never is.
Would do that.
But that's what I'm saying is that it's to that point.
But what extent will they pursue the law with these interrogation surveillance? Is what you're saying? Do you think they'll come into your home because they hear you sparking a joint and they hear a wiretap?
You know, and that's I don't think it's going to be the case of that because marijuana is such on a higher level these days.
Yeah, that's just an example.
But yeah, I mean, back in the day, that's kind of how people felt, man. Like smoking illegal marijuana in their homes and shit, dude. Like I've known people who they've taken like Band-Aids or they've taken tape with paper and they've put them over their fucking cameras and shit like that. You know what I gotta say to that?
Really?
Fuck that, bro. If I'm gonna sit there on my laptop and the CIA or NSA
That's
or
what I
whoever
was
the fuck
talking
wants to
about.
fucking spy on me through my camera, let them. Because 90% of the time, I'm sitting there fucking jerking the fucking gherkin anyway. So let them see that shit. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Dumbass. Okay,
Like,
you
Actually,
ever?
that turns me on.
Yo,
when
you ever
I
watch-
know someone's watching?
You
Yeah,
ever
right?
watch-
You'd be like, yeah, you like that? You like
He's
that,
all-
baby? Yeah.
He's all, I always have the tape on. It's just I take it off when I jerk off.
I just gotta jerk off 24/7 so my camera stays off all the time. They're like,
Hey.
why do you keep pulling it, bro? Because my camera comes on every time I stop.
Check it out. Have you seen this episode of Black Mirror? Where the whole episode is that this kid is running an errand and he has no idea why. Like someone's texting him and being like, yo, I've seen what you're doing. And he was like, I don't think you see it until the very end what it was, but fucking spoiler alert. They have a video of this kid jerking off. And so he's so embarrassed of the. I think this is how it works. He's embarrassed of them showing the footage to his school, and so they're saying you have to go here and meet this guy, pick up this package, and then I'll tell you what to do next.
So he got blackmailed.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the spoiler alert is at the end you find out that he was watching some like kiddie porn, and this is a like.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's like a fucking. I think he
Who
has.
is this?
It's an episode of Black Mirror, a show on Netflix.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of that show yet.
It's
but I plan to.
amazing. So he's like a out of high school kid, and I guess that was the thing. Like you thought that he was just afraid of them showing him jack off, and then it turns out is what he was jacking off to. And then all these people that he's doing these missions on, you find out at the end what they did. Like one guy goes home, and all the family knows that he's got like a second life, like a wife. Like he's got a second wife, he's been cheating on him. So this dude's doing these missions so that they don't know that he has he doesn't want the information leaked because they have all of his information and stuff. So it's really cool because at the very, very end it turns out even though you do this errand for the hacker, they still reveal all of your information to all of your family, loved ones, workplace.
You know what that is, does, right? You ever-
Real life.
No.
Like, that's what they can do now. They can hack you like
Yeah,
that.
it's
Do you know
true,
what that
man.
reminds me of, should I say?
Okay.
You seen the guy about the neck collar bomb, right?
Yes,
They sent
real.
him on a mission to, like, you do these errands, this scavenger hunt, you rob this bank, and you go over here and you do all this, then we'll unlock the bomb collar for you and you will live, and if you don't do this, then we'll blow you up and kill you. This is a true story. And they blew him up and killed him. And they never necessarily found the mastermind behind it. That's what the story, 30 Minutes or Less, with Jesse Eisenberger, Danny McBride.
Oh, I remember that movie. That was a good one.
Yeah, that's
Actually-
what it is based off of, is a true story.
Yeah.
But actually, I'm going to say no. I've seen a documentary on that because these are one of those documentaries I like to watch when I'm high, and I recommend to
I will
everyone.
say, anytime it's a bomb, it's usually the red wire.
So,
Here's
what-
Sometimes
Usually.
the blue one.
Yeah, sometimes it's the yellow one.
it's around your
But
neck.
mostly it's the red one.
Usually the red one.
It's a thing that goes
Right.
around your neck, and if you try to tamper with the lock, it'll decapitate him. Or go
Oh.
off or whatever, yeah.
Oh, that's
it's a
brutal.
bomb around his neck.
I
It's
feel
real.
like I've seen something sort of like that where it might have been in one of the Saw movies, but it's like a neck collar,
Right.
and then like at the time that it goes off, it like shoots a spike through your throat or something like that.
Well, it'd be
Okay.
interesting to know if this crime happened before or after the Saw movies, because I'm
Before.
not sure.
That's
I would say
true.
it's
Like
before.
who was like
A
inspired by
true
who?
mastermind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
Check
a
this out.
deviant.
This is what I've learned about this one is that it was a whole crew. He was in on it, and at the end they kind of turned it around where he was the one that had to do it, and he wasn't like down with that, and they didn't expect him to die, but he got caught up by the cops, and it ended up going off, and he was caught like he was on film sitting down handcuffed like, please help me, it's going to go off, like telling them straight up because he knew he was in on it somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just that they turned on him, and it was like going to be a let's all go in and backstab or something kind of plan.
I kind
And
of
they-
believe...
They
I'm
found
sorry
out
to
that
cut you off.
the woman turns out to be the mastermind behind it all, in the slew of all the group of
she's
people.
the mastermind for sure.
And she was super innocent. I didn't do anything. No one really thought that
It
it was
be
her.
Me. I'm innocent. I'm soft.
They just followed it back far enough, and they were just like, damn, she's the one making them all get their hands dirty.
That's the crazy part, right? But
Yeah,
and,
that one
the
I-
guy that you were talking about with the bomb on his neck, he, like you said, he thought he was in on the job, but he wasn't in on the job. He
was supposed to be.
was supposed to be. Instead, he was a victim, and he had the neck bomb around him.
I mean, whenever somebody dies, we're all victims, aren't we?
I don't think you'd be a victim of life.
I'm just kidding.
That's a really fucked up.
Really fucked up
'Cause-
saying though, right?
If we're all... Well, no, I do believe that, but I want to call victim. I call it, I don't know, what would you call life, you know? Because we all experience it. 'Cause we all die, we're all victims.
Life is all nothing but
Circumstance.
group consciousness.
I want to say aesthetics. What if humans aren't even alive? There's no consciousness.
We're only biological beings because we have to be. You know
That's
what I'm
how
saying?
we're wired in the program to think we're real. What?
Inside of all of us, we are energy.
Yeah, I believe that.
Other people say we're
I'll
souls.
agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? But the universe is energy. If the universe is energy, then we're a part of the universe. You know what I'm saying?
Due to hallucinogens.
Dude, we are only biological beings because we're
But let
meant
me
to
ask
be
you
right
this
now.
for you too on the tangent. I know we're all energy, and you said we're all subconsciousness, but aren't humans the only ones to have any type of consciousness in the whole universe?
No, I mean, animals have
Animals do.
consciousness. Yeah, dude. Like a lot of other things
They
have
have
consciousness.
instinct. They have instinct.
No, it's
No.
No.
a
Maybe
lot.
like chimpanzees. Most
Some
it's
animals,
Bro.
have instinct, but all animals, dude. Anything with a
If a
heartbeat,
dog-
anything with a brain,
instinct. Well,
it
dog is
acts.
pretty.
It does think.
I think it's
you
more
know,
of
it
a
does feel.
reaction though, instead of.
I mean, you got to look at it this way. If you shot a lion, right, in its rib cage, it's gonna.
Would he feel
it's-
pain? Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna feel pain.
Yes.
If he can feel pain, then he can feel love. If
no,
he can feel,
no, that's not true.
you don't think lions can love?
I think they could feel pleasure.
You ever watch The Lion King, bro?
I've seen it. I
They
can
love each
quote
other.
it.
They love each other, bro.
They are real lions, so that makes sense.
Dude. Like, it's on that level, man, that all things on Earth, whether living or not living,
Okay,
we are
I
energy.
think
You know what I mean?
I
Maybe-
love everything on Earth.
When
myself
my
as
thing
a
is,
human.
when our biological bodies die, our energy goes elsewhere. Other people think of it, oh, heaven, hell, purgatory, all of that religious bullshit. You know what I mean? Versus, hey, when our energy leaves our bodies, who the fuck knows where the fuck it goes, because we are part of the universe. We go back to the universe, or we get sent somewhere else. Maybe we fucking wake up in another life on another planet,
I
in
hope
another
so.
universe, or
I
some
doubt it.
crazy ass shit. Anything could fucking happen. We
Well,
don't know. You know what I mean?
okay, so I think this is a better thing, that instead of, like you said, consciousness, maybe you mean like self-awareness that animals don't have.
That's
like
what consciousness is, though.
that they.
The
Self-conscious. I'm sorry, self-conscious.
Self-conscious.
Self-conscious means self-awareness, obviously. No other animal has a true self-conscious.
I was just meaning like something doesn't know that it's a deer, and you know
that's self-conscious.
that's where I'm saying that I was trying to say like what you were saying about instincts. You know, like it just does, but they are aware. They know things. They know where they need. They're not getting any food here anymore. They need to go somewhere. That's
So,
any of that
so, like-
is a consciousness,
like
awareness,
zombies.
all of that.
like zombies, okay?
Their awareness is they need to eat meat,
That's
so they're
all
conscious.
they know.
Boom.
But the thing is,
Got him.
That's
they're
not instinct.
They're not fully aware. Is the thing. So if zombies exist, right? If a person becomes a zombie and all that's on their mind is food, hunger, need to eat, that's it, whatever the fuck, is they're saying because they're still mobile, because their brain is still functioning even enough for them to be like, hey, eat.
So they're conscious.
So they're conscious enough. Does that mean they're literally
I wouldn't
would
say
be a
they're
way to
conscious.
bring somebody back from being a zombie and turn them back into a normal person?
I would call that reanimation.
And I would say that you can't restore it.
Reanimation is the dead coming back to life and being a zombie versus humans being
conscious.
alive and being turned into zombies.
I would call reanimated is like you're alive, you can move, and you can move as the same human being. You have the same
Well,
animations.
I would
Now,
say
you
if
don't
a
have the same
virus
conscious.
kills you as a human and then you wake back up as a zombie, then yes, you're a reanimated zombie. I honestly don't think you'd be able to be brought back and turned into a human, even if you had the antivirus. And it
Yeah,
would only
no,
work in the
never.
case that you took the antivirus less than 5 minutes after you got bit.
I agree with that.
That's the only way that would work. But if you died and already became a zombie,
You're
it's
gone.
not working. You're gone. You're a zombie. There's no humanity left in you.
Yes.
You're a monster. That's it.
maybe.
So now here's
No,
Unless
I,
it
for
spreads
sure,
fast.
Now-
for
now
sure,
here's-
brain's gone.
now here's
Can't
my
restore the
question.
brain.
Here's my
No,
question.
he was saying immediately bit and then maybe have an antidote, right?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
if you
that's
were
the
bit,
only,
if you were bit
one.
and got the antidote within
Maybe.
about 5 minutes.
That's the only one.
I'll
right?
give you 25%, 30% chance of living.
Yeah. Okay.
So, my point,
Free-
hey, check
my-
this out.
my
Let me-
question-
Let me get this right. So before we go into zombie state, we do have humans that are in comas, and we have humans that have came out of them. And I think that like what you guys are kind of saying though is when a brain is in maybe like a vegetative state, like they got a lobotomy.
Mhm.
I don't think that brain is ever going to come back. So in
Of
a meta.
course, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So a metaphor to the zombie thing, like you were saying too, is if it is far gone, but I don't know how fast it would go. But you know, like I don't think it could ever be re-human, like made back into a human.
So regardless,
A zombie, nah.
so even if you're a human that got bit and you do get the antivirus, you're still pretty much a goner.
Yep, I'm gonna give you 25% chance maybe
Well,
Because
Until-
the antidote doesn't always work.
until the time. in
And,
the
and you
future,
got to think that everybody in the world, we're all different, so our bodies are different. The
What
drugs
if-
would go through us differently.
What if you need
What do
to
you
do a
mean?
blood transfusion,
well, center said
but
it
the
best.
thing helps?
You said lobotomy. I mean, if you had a lobotomy and they push organs out of your brain, just cerebrum and blah blah. If you get the antidote, you're still gonna be missing parts of your brain. You're not gonna be able to be a
Yeah.
human being.
So what if the zombie virus breaks down some part that you can't just
Yeah,
come
it
back?
just can't come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
It pretty much shrivels everything up there, and everything gets re-neuralized
Like,
up
that's-
to eat, food.
Hey, straight up, that's
You know what
why
I mean?
they're not as mobile.
yeah,
they might
because-
have not be missing.
But
things.
in like World War Z, those zombies, man, them motherfuckers were runners. You know what I'm saying?
if I remember correctly, I like that
there's all different types of
That'd be more
zombies.
of a virus infection, right? Would you
I
think
feel
so?
like anything zombie like would be virus ridden. It would all have to start off from one type of bacteria that evolved into a virus through any kind of catalyst, whether it had been an animal that had rabies and it bit a human and that turned the human into a zombie that started infecting others.
We're only talking
or,
realism then?
You know, because it could be a mosquito, right?
to spread it.
A mosquito could have picked up bacterial water, wastewater,
yeah, for
landed
sure.
on a human, bit the human, that human got sick, died,
Ebola.
became a zombie, fucking started infecting others became zombies. You know what I mean? There's a lot that goes into it. My biggest question is, in the event of a zombie apocalypse, if you were hanging out with your parents, your mom and dad, your siblings, your family, you know what I mean? The zombie apocalypse struck. You're trying to protect your family, shit like that, right? One of your family members gets bitten, no matter who it is, they're your family, you love them, you care about them. You know what I'm saying?
Cut that arm off.
No, dude. What?
The question, well, there's that.
Assuming they
But
got
what I'm
bitten
saying
hard.
is, it would depend.
Why question it?
It would depend on where they got bit, because like if a zombie bit your family member in the neck right here, like
Cut him off at the neck.
Cut the wiener off.
you know what I mean?
Just get a
like
tourniquet.
my question though is
Sorry.
like, all right, say your mom got bit, she got infected. You know what I'm saying? There was no turning point. You had no antidote to help
Why,
her. You knew
wait,
she was going
where
to
she get
turn.
bit at?
Doesn't matter where she got bit.
She's infected.
She's infected. You know she's a goner.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
He's thinking like
Yeah.
me.
You know she's a goner. There's no way to save her.
Alright, wait, what's
At
the
this
question?
point. The question is,
Listen, do shit.
the question is, would you shoot your parent and put them out of their misery while they're still human, or would you wait for them to turn?
I wait for him to turn for sure.
Now, after they turn, would
I'd
you
chain
actually be
them
able?
up, but
Would you
you know,
still be able to
after-
shoot them?
Say again?
After they turn, would you still would you really be able to shoot
I
them?
might go some Shaun of the Dead shit. Just leave her locked
Chain them up in the
Yeah.
shed and play video games
Yeah,
with her?
I'm like, maybe, you know, why not? If the apocalypse is over, yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, regardless, alive or as a zombie,
Oh.
I would hate to have to shoot like my parent.
I wouldn't. I just
It
lock
would
her up in
it
the
would
basement.
really really suck. But to be honest with you, in the event of a zombie apocalypse during survival, I'm gonna shoot him in the head. Like, if I know you're doomed, and I know you're gone, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be that ruthless person, and I'm gonna take you out because there ain't no saving you. You're past a point where
Where it's not even them anymore.
yeah, you know what I mean? If you're at that
don't
point where
think
your
I
face is
could,
pale,
but-
you got the fucking cold sweats, like, and your eyes are starting to fucking turn a little bit fucking red, and we can tell you're turning into a zombie and it ain't no fucking pink eye and a hangover.
You can see it on me?
Yeah. You know what I mean? If they're gasping for air, like, huh, fucking help me out. This is fucking painful. Like, I don't know what to do, bro. Rest in peace, dog. Click, click, blah, blah, motherfucker. You know what I mean? I ain't risking no contamination. Ain't trying to get no other fucking zombies.
Your
Like,
own parents?
All I'm thinking.
dude, if I had to, you know
this
what I
is
mean?
my thinking
Like,
of what you would really
if
do.
I had to,
All
nah.
the-
If
all
I
the-
had, I wouldn't. I most definitely. Dude. I wouldn't even kill a fucking animal, bro. If I was like out in the wild by myself, I would either make hella salads or I would fucking die. Like, I couldn't kill an animal, man. Biological beings, humans, I can't kill humans. You know what I mean? I just can't do it. I'm not the type of person. I can't hold a gun to nobody's fucking head and fucking shoot him. And that's the distinction between playing video games and killing zombies in video games
Of course.
versus a real zombie apocalypse happening and all these gamers being like, I can't wait for the zombie apocalypse. It's going to be my time to shine. It's going to be awesome. No, all those dudes are going to be the first ones that die. Why? Because they're
It's
all fat.
fantasies.
They're all fat. None
They're
of
all
them had cardio.
fantasizing.
You know what I mean? None of them go out running. Like, you're sitting in front of your computer all day killing fucking zombies, drinking Mountain Dews.
It kind of sounds like me right now, though. That's what I've been doing.
It happens. It happens. But yeah, man, I wouldn't be able to. Like, even if my family member turned into a zombie, dude, like, I'd be like, hey, get down in the basement. Just, like, leave them there.
Well, I wouldn't even put in the basement. I'd make a shed, you know.
I don't know. I feel like I'd have to lock them in whatever room of the house that they're in at the time.
Safer,
Yeah, you know, like if my mom was in the room turning into a zombie, it'd be like, all right, Mom, I love you,
For a
bye.
while.
Just
Couple
lock the door.
nails.
Yeah, lock the door nail it, maybe put up a couple fucking wood planks or something.
Doornails,
Just, yeah.
I actually see this scenario being all of you guys human. You find a bunker with a large stacked patio, and you're all.
That's fine too.
Oh shit, that's a year for me or 3 months.
I'm like, wait. You know, we're talking about like a mushroom situation.
Hey, hallucinogens, only enough for me.
Hallucinogens during the zombie apocalypse.
All right,
Ooh,
so we
I feel
ran
like
through
that's a
both of
great
them
idea.
now. What's worse?
What's worse? To be totally honest with you, I feel like in the event of a robot uprising, there's people out there, man, that are good enough hackers that regardless of what AI is out, whatever comes out, whatever there is, there's always going to be somebody smart enough to take it apart. You know what I mean? To hack it, to destroy it, whatever. As far as zombies, man, once they're zombies, dude. Like,
I think it's the same though. A zombie can
Wait.
turn into a swarm, and a virus can your whole computer.
that's true, but the whole thing is, it's AI rising up against you, and if you have to fight AI, what are you going to do? You're going to create a computer virus.
No one's gonna. Oh, maybe.
Yeah, you're going to create a computer virus to get inside the mainframe of these fucking robots to take them down from the inside. That was the whole basis of fucking
But how easy is it to do
Terminator,
that
was
versus
infiltrating
just, you know, shooting
Skynet to
zombies
take
in
them
the
down
head
from the
or
inside.
That's what
get
they
him a
did.
That was the
machete.
whole basis. Was
Okay.
they had a virus that they had to get to Skynet to take it down from the inside. That's exactly.
Smart. That's
yeah.
No, that was Independence Day.
Well, it's no, that
no,
wasn't
no.
Independence Day.
Independence
No,
Day.
Independence Day is aliens.
Yeah, it's aliens.
Yeah,
Oh,
Judgment
but
Day.
they did do that though.
They hacked into something.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, they did the same thing. They hacked into the mothership to get rid of all the other
Yeah.
aliens.
So, but
Bet.
here's the thing: what a virus knows how to do is go through a firewall that humans made.
Yeah, but that's
So we need to figure it out.
but that's the
and-
thing. We'd be able to take down the robots.
You got to cope.
Eventually, at some point, we would be able to
Pokemon.
prevail as humans, and our instincts would kick in, and we take down the robots and the computers and all that shit. Because as humans, yeah, we're smart enough to do that shit. But a zombie apocalypse, man, that's a bloodborne, air pathogen virus, whatever type of virus you want to call it, that created the zombies. You know what I mean? Once you're a zombie, you're a fucking zombie. So now you're surviving and you're killing fucking zombies while you're on the run, trying to fucking survive. And it is more or less would be like The Walking Dead, bro.
So-
Like, I feel like that's more realistic in the way of zombies. You know what I mean? Like, we would have to get into concentrated groups and fucking, you know,
I always
link
said
up
I'd
and
go
kill
on the
gotta
boat,
shit like that. You know what I mean?
you know?
You gotta come back to land eventually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and not to
Why?
mention
Why can't I go to an island?
zombies. Oh, here's
Not
why.
resourceful
Here's
enough.
absolutely why going to an
Hawaii,
island. No.
Something like that. Something that has fruits.
No, going to an
Eventually you're
island.
gonna run
Going to an island during a zombie
wanna
apocalypse
stay
What am I
in
gonna
this.
run out of?
it's a fucking terrible idea, and I'll tell you why.
No.
Zombies might not be
What?
able to swim, right? But they're dead, so they don't have to breathe, which means they can walk on the sea floor or they can float across the ocean. It wouldn't matter because they're dead.
What
You know what I
ocean?
mean? If you were on a boat,
Wait. What were you saying? They can get to the island.
what I'm saying is, if you took a boat to an island, they're going to get to that island
How? Why?
because they'll be able to float there or they'll
Why
be able
would they
to
want
walk.
to go there? They just smell the blood. They
No,
ate
dude,
everything
it's
already?
just zombies. They're searching for food. That's all it is. And once they've eaten all the food in one place, they're going to go to another place to find more food. And if that place just happens to be, hey, there's water, we're zombies, they don't give a shit that it's water. You know what I mean? They're zombies, bro. Like, they can't distinctify water from anything else. So fuck it. They walk into the ocean. What's the worst that's going to happen? They get eaten by a shark, they're already fucking dead. You know what I mean? Millions of fucking
What?
billions of zombies,
What
bro.
happens to the fish and the sharks and the octopus anyways? Did we get zombie octopuses? Did we get zombie sharks?
Nobody knows that because we've never had a movie about it for anybody to even fucking elaborate on, man. That would be like Finding Nemo mixed with fucking, like, what?
So I mean, on the way to the island, they gotta run into like a fucking shark and see him. Like, damn, why am I chasing this human when I got this thick, nice
Yeah, but I mean, you got to think about it this way too, though. Out in the oceans, man, we already have fish. We already have fish that have poison and neurotoxins that protect themselves against predators, other fish. That when they get stung and stuff like that, it actually zombifies the other fish.
Oh, like Steve Irwin.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And that fish is like a zombie. It's just swimming around doing its thing, but it's a zombie till it dies because of the poison. It goes wherever it fucking goes. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
To find more food.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I think zombies are worse, because how they could bite something and it's
you
gonna be a
can't.
zombie.
Yeah, you can't stop zombies.
Robots,
A robot's not gonna
it's
bite
like
you,
however
and
many
you're not gonna
robots
become
there
a
are, I
robot.
guess.
Like if that happened, if somebody was like, "Oh, did you know if you get bit by a robot, you become a robot?" Like, "Oh, save me from
dude,
death,
give me a
fight me,
robot."
robot."
You become a robot.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I guess the zombie apocalypse would be worse because I think that the technology side of it taking over and knocking out humans and blocking us out and making it hard to do all these things that we're conditioned and used to and not living off the land.
You 6'7" bitch, I know.
Kind of a thing. Yeah, like I feel like that one would definitely work. Like I feel like that would definitely
considering
be
the
hard.
fact-
I feel like you'd lose, but I'd rather battle
Yeah,
that one.
considering the fact in a robot uprising, we could very easily make an EMP that wipes out all electronics, and so it wouldn't even fucking matter. We just go back to the fucking dark ages.
You
You
stupid
know what I mean?
went for the Matrix, man.
Like, no, I'm telling you, it's a real thing. The government has EMPs and shit in place for such fucking attacks that we need them for. You know what I mean? Like, they've got that shit in place to where if we have jets flying over from another country that we don't fucking want, that are a threat to us, they've got shit in place now, bro, that are like EMPs that they can light off to fucking knock those planes out of the fucking sky. Like, it's real shit that the military is fucking trying to develop.
There's not one thing
You know what I
I
mean?
don't believe in.
Hey,
Yeah, that's...
but dude, my guy, technology is in these systems sending signals to planes telling them to drop bombs somewhere. That's all using technology. I'm trying to say, my
Rap
G,
song.
technology take over like building jets that now are integrated with goddamn their like virus connection. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is using a Bluetooth connection. Like if they can freaking... Oh god, let me do this. Okay, so what if it turns into an agent in the Matrix and it can float through phone wires and Bluetooth and infiltrate anywhere and be in control of the plane?
So you think an EMP wouldn't even matter? If we could develop one because it's based on electronics and technology, you think AI would also have control of that?
No, I feel you. But the way you're talking about dropping them from a plane and stuff, it would have to be like on some gas-generated power. You know, right then and there you turn it on and boop. And then how long is it going to last? Unless you have a whole city network of like, you know?
Well, I'm not saying like you get a
Yo, look
plane,
at this.
like-
What about when the AI comes over and they're all those southern towns, they don't have any computers.
Right?
And they're all safe.
Pitchfork Revolution!
Right, like all the Amish and shit, they're like, I told y'all it was a good idea to stay away from them there city folks.
No, for real.
I'd just sit here on
They
my
have
porch and
guns.
skim my potatoes and turn my butter.
No, but they have
Tell my
guns
daughter
and
that
shit
she's gonna be a
real,
virgin
man.
for the rest of her life till she marry herself a good, honest Amish man.
Instead of them having like
Not
a
that
tire
hard.
fire,
I'm just
it's
saying.
all laptops and CPUs. Just freaking, they all just bash to the computers.
I'll tell you,
and-
the only electricity we got is cousin Bubby. He's over there in the shed on that pedal bike in there. He pedals that thing so damn hard. Just give us some light bulbs just so we could eat dinner.
Okay, so Xbox One could freaking, as long as it was, if you powered it off but it was still plugged in, it would still be able to watch you. And the reason that you had the camera was to do the live motion shit like the Wii. That kind of shit, smart TVs
Motion
nowadays.
detection.
Yeah.
Play Wii tennis right now.
No. I was talking about the Xbox, how it stays on even if you turn it off. And then the smart TVs nowadays, I guess they can actually see you too. And then I heard that years ago, like they have to be doing it now, that years ago they had like advertisement shit. And they can like see what you like, what you're into, what you look at on Facebook and shit. And then they advertise it to you specifically in commercials. Like that shit's
Yeah, I see
happening.
it.
Yeah, dude,
They
there's,
can take
there's
over.
points where, like, I'm sitting here now talking to you guys, and I could be like, yo, like, fucking Converse are the dopest shoes ever. I wish I had me a new
Chuck
pair of fucking
Taylors?
Converse. Yeah, new Chuck Taylors, some really nice high tops that are nice and padded and cushy, feel really nice on my feet. You know what I mean? We could be sitting here talking about that right now, and guess what?
What?
When I go home and I'm sitting on my phone later, I'm going to be scrolling through Facebook. Guess what? It's going to start showing me shit about Converse.
And
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's real
10%
shit.
off.
Are you guys
Yeah.
running
That's
this still
happened.
or no?
Oh, yeah, it's still on, man. We're
Oh.
still going.
I thought you said you guys were only doing 35 minutes.
Oh, we usually do. Sometimes it runs over because we're high and we get stuck in our conversations. You know what I mean? But let's see.
Wow, that's a really long episode.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was
Well,
a
we
decent
ran
long
with this one,
episode.
huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. All right. Well, it looks like we are out of time for this episode because we did run over pretty long. But,
We did like 3 times the goal.
yeah, right? So, tune in for our next episode where we're going to have our Weedhicular special. We're going to... I air quoted that for some reason, like you guys can fucking see me. But,
I didn't even see it.
yeah,
Cars.
right?
All the topics are
Oh.
going to be about cars.
Yeah, all the topics are going to be about cars, smoking weed in cars, like, you know, whether it's in place or whatever the fuck. It's all going to be about cars. So stay tuned for our next episode. Make sure you check us out on our Facebook and join our CannaBase radio show Smoke Circle page. That way you can stay up with tips and updates and you can upload your shit.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to our crazy ass episode today. Thank you, THRILLZ, for coming through and chilling and doing your thing. And once again, from all of us here at CannaBase Radio Show, stay lit.